Hello, I'm Robert Page. I live in Houston, Texas. I've been associated with manufacturing industry for 40 years. My position at Sandvik Coromant is a global training and development specialist. Global responsibility for our technical training portfolio. And what does that mean? The metalworking industry is faced, of course, with challenging times when it's coming to the future competency of people working in manufacturing today. So many people are retiring and we need to fill that gap. My part is to provide technical training to all levels, basic to advanced, uh, to design training around any application like turning, milling, drilling, or a specific product that may be supporting one of these applications, like specific types of parting and grooving tools or specific boring tools. Then I take that and then I develop a way to deliver it, either through face-to-face training, virtual e-learnings, or some type of webinar or self-paced learning. And then from there, I distribute it to a global sales organization, which is made up of 130 different countries, uh, and for our end users as well. This involves some translation of the material into different languages, and then the management, of course, of the downloading sites, mainly websites for internal people in our organizations and external people, which would be our customers or end users of our product. I'm also responsible for training the trainers in our 6 global markets. 3 of those markets are in Europe, then North Asia, South Asia, and the Americas, which of course includes Canada, US, Mexico, and South America. So that's a little bit about what I do. How did I get there, or my background, I'll say, is started back in high school. I don't have a college degree. I started as an intern, or back then what we called a co-op, at a machine shop. It was a small machine shop. The technology was quite low there, so I was running manual machines, and of course that was many years ago. Then slowly working my way through different positions within that company and moving from company to company over the years. I spent my first 10 years in the machine shop doing various jobs and positions, lead man machinist, supervisor, programmer, manufacturing engineer, all the way to some tooling purchasing, senior programmer. Then after about 10 or 15 years or so, I decided to change my career, and I went into the sales area. I worked for a distributor for a few years, selling different types of cutting tools, pneumatic tools, any supplies that a manufacturer would need. From there, I went to where I am at today, Sandvik Coromant, the manufacturer of cutting tools, where most of my background was in machining. It was a good fit. I started as a sales representative, and I went from company to company, had customers that I would support with different type of tools and applications. From there, I went to an application specialist within Sandvik Coromant, supporting our salespeople, and then spent a few years in key accounts as a sales representative. Then I thought to myself, I was getting on in a few years and had a lot of experience, that I would get into the training aspect of it. So then I started to do training as a specialist and went out to the customers, trained on site. I also trained internal people, did onboarding with our company as well. Uh, After a few years in the training specialist role, I then became a training and productivity center manager. And what does that mean? Um, there it was managing an application center or a building that did applications. So it was basically a small machine shop upon which I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to put together and do the construction of and then run it in Chicago. And then I turned around after 3 years and built one and ran it in California. And then turned around and went to Houston, where then I became a sales development manager for a few years. After that, then I turned to a global position to where I'm at today, being a global training and development specialist, working across the globe in 6 different markets, 130 countries. So that's a little bit about what I do and how I got there. Well, one of the things I guess I would start with is, of course, educating yourself. And for me to get to where I'm in today, as you remember, I said I didn't have a degree, college degree. What I have is a lot of separate education. I've gone to the school, technical institution for various classes and certifications in statistical process control. Uh, I've been a NIMS participant, so I have instructor credentials for machining level 1, which involves 10 different credentials out of the NIMS organization. And then I went to a more technical college for business organization and management, more soft skills, fundamentals of marketing and selling. I've also done MRA management classes, which involve problem solving, communication. So you can see those are a lot of the soft skills as well as technical skills. Um, I've taken every opportunity that all the companies I've worked for to gain certifications in fair play training, sales and product training, leadership, quality of leadership training, tools for trainers, different organizations like Franklin Covey, taking 7 Habits for Managers, consultative selling certifications. But in addition to that, I made sure my technology skills were up to date as well. I went through an age where the computer started out, with the blue screen and DOS and these big floppy disks, all the way to what we have today. But during that time, I've made sure I kept up with not only computer and technology classes, but software classes like Word, PowerPoint, understanding the Internet of Things. Um, and along with that, my career involved associations where I was involved in Society of Manufacturing Engineers, American Gear Manufacturers, the NIMS, Skills USA, H-Tech, which is Haas Technical Education Centers. You get valuable information and valuable knowledge from those associations. So I strongly would recommend over your career that you do self-development during your career. So a few other things I guess I would recommend to advise students at high school or college levels. Figure out and follow your passion. If you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. Follow the opportunities that are presented to you, even if they're not exactly what you're looking for. Follow those opportunities. Work at your work ethic. to become a valuable part of an organization, you must have a good work ethic. Always be looking for a mentor. It can be more than one person. These are people that you can bounce your ideas off of. You can ask them for career advice, taking the next step in your career, talking to them, discussing that with them. And be curious. Always be self-developing, crave knowledge. And once you have that knowledge, don't be afraid to share it with others. I guess that would be my advice to students.